welcome to the Griffin+row Wellness Series. My name's Nicole, I'm a naturopath and nutritionist, and I'm here today to talk to you about why it's so important that what we eat and the food that we eat is just as important as the naturally effective skincare products that we put on our skin on the outside. So what you eat, what you have on the inside is just as important as what you put on the outside of your skin. Okay, so this recipe is so simple. So our first ingredient is a beautiful bone broth. So this is something I always have in the fridge. It's essentially, you get a chicken. If you're vegetarian, make a beautiful vegetable stock as well. But in terms of bone broths, the reason why it's so good for your skin is it's a great source of collagen. So as the stock is boiling away, all the cartilage from the chicken breaks down and becomes an easily absorbed source of collagen. So that is fantastic for your skin. It's full of minerals and nutrients as well. So this is a really great base, and you can add other ingredients to this as well. And all we do now is just bring that to the boil and add some other ingredients. Okay, so I'm so excited to tell you about buckwheat. I absolutely love buckwheat. First thing to highlight is that even though the word wheat is in there, doesn't have wheat. It's actually a seed. It's a seed from a plant from the rhubarb family. It's fantastic. It's so good for your skin. It contains a constituent called rutin. And rutin is really good for your microcirculation, which is something that's very important for preventing wrinkles. Here is the cooked version of buckwheat. So you can see how it's expanded, how it looks really different. Don't overcook it because it can go mushy. You still want it to be tender. And this can be used for so many things. Like today we're using it in our bone broth. But we can also use it in salads. It's delicious with a sort of Mediterranean or Middle Eastern style salad with cucumbers and tomatoes and fresh mint. So there's so many things you can do with that. This ingredient is some shiitake mushroom, which I sliced from before. It's been soaked. Okay, so this is an excellent ingredient to try and add in as many recipes as you can. There's been so much evidence to say that shiitake mushrooms are excellent for your immune system. They're a really good antioxidant. They've been used for centuries in Asia. They have a delicious flavor. They're great in what we're doing today. They're great in bone broths and in soups. Here's the dried version. I can show you what this looks like as well. So that's how they look like before you soak them. They're a bit smaller. Yeah, quite interesting. So you just soak them in some warm water and then slice them. It takes usually about 30 minutes for you to soak them. But they're an excellent ingredient for our bone broth. They're also in all the Griffin+row products as well. So it's great that you can sort of have this amazing ingredient internally in your soups and in your food, but you can also put on your skin externally as well. So excellent ingredient, really recommend you use it. Okay, so here we've got wakame. This is another Griffin+row ingredient. It's actually excellent to have on your skin topically, very good. There's been a lot of research to show that it's good for retarding aging of the skin, but internally it's fantastic as well. Excellent source of minerals and nutrients, just another ingredient I really recommend. So you can see it's dried at the moment, but when we put it in our bone broth, it's going to heat through and it'll be great. Some beautiful coriander and shallots from my kitchen garden. And these are just great for adding flavour to our bone broth. You know, all these green herbs are so good for adding flavour, but they're also excellent sources of vitamins and minerals that we really need for our skin health. And so we've got some really nice shredded chicken here, and this came from obviously from the bone broth that I made. So you know, the bone broth was cooking away for about 8 hours. I like to sort of really cook it down so all that collagen comes out of the cartilage that's broken down. But the chicken is full of flavour. So in my bone broth I had celery and carrots and onions, so all that flavour's gone into the chicken there as well. So our bone broth has come to the boil, so now we can add our buckwheat. So I've already cooked this, so you can do it this way by cooking it first so there's less cooking time, or you can even cook the dry buckwheat directly into the stock. Okay, so we've added that, we'll just stir it through. And now all we need to do is add everything else. So we'll just add the shiitake mushroom, give that a good stir, and all that beautiful flavour will be coming through as well from the shiitake. Add some chicken. So this is really nice and filling as well. You can see all the chicken, it's high in protein, a really nice filling meal to have. And now we'll just add like about a handful of some of the wakame so that you'll see that'll just heat through and wilt. And only the last thing to add, this recipe is so easy, the last thing to add is just a tablespoon of soy sauce. So I'll just bring that around. Okay, so just pour that in. And you can see that adds a beautiful colour to our bone broth as well. So now we'll just give that a stir through as well. And look at that, it looks delicious. Okay, so now our bone broth is ready to serve. So you can see all the flavours have gone through now, and the beautiful shiitake mushrooms. And we've got our seaweed, our wakame in there as well. Okay. I'll just put a little bit more in. So this amount that I use is enough to serve about 2 to 3 people. And now the best part, we can add all our beautiful herbs as well. I hope you loved that recipe. It's so colourful. You can see all the green herbs and the red chilli, and we've got all our beautiful skin nourishing ingredients in there.